How many times did you smile yesterday? When the child smiles 500 times, it has got a heart rate variability which is called sinus arrhythmia. It breathes in, the heart runs fast. Breathes out, the heart runs slow. This is arrhythmia, absolute health. You start smiling less and less and less and less and less. Heart becomes less and less and less. And the day you don't smile at all and become very grim, the heart simply stops and you go to meet your maker in heaven. Now if you did pranayama and beautiful things start, you can bring this back to the child's heart. We have done some work, 30-40 years we have done something and shown how even very complicated heart rate variability can be changed from changing your mind. So manas of the child is universal compassion, smiles at everyone. Then it goes to school, and to school what they teach? That's called buddhi, next level. What is buddhi? Some information. It says this is Diya Megde. That is Katorya Sahib. This is Shah Sahib. This is Sen Sahib. Okay, fine. So, buddhi level, again it smiles at everybody. Then you go a little higher, aham comes in. That's called chitta. That chitta level aham comes. I don't like B.M. Megde. See, the problem is not B.M. Megde, but I. I don't like him. That means trouble for me, not for B.M. Megde. I hate B.M. Megde. That's a trouble for me. You take that I hate B.M. Megde. Take that hate B.M. Megde. B.M. Megde is B.M. Megde. Why hate him? You see that? That is called chitta. That is what Patanjali thought. This chitta destroys people. Chitta, vritti, nirodha, yoga. So yoga is just a viveka which tells you, look, why are you worried about B.M. Megde? What do you got to do with him? Forget about him. Let him go to hell. What are you bothered about it? That's fine. That's a level called Purusha. There are a lot of Purushas in us. Forget about him. I don't care. That kind of thing. That's not also good. There's another level, higher level called Purusha, Shrestha, Ishvara. Ishvara is not God sitting in the temple. Ishvara, one is the surroundings. And what does he say? B.M. Megde, poor man, has come from Mangalore, has come to Rajkot. It's what time? 11 o'clock. My God, whether he had breakfast or not, I don't know. Let me go out, invite him to my house, give him some hot food, and make him comfortable. That is the level you reach. Paropakaratham idam shariram. You become absolutely healthy. All diseases are gone, huh? Because, my dear friends, there is no pill for every ill. But there is definitely an ill following every pill, irrespective of which ill it is. That is why today the biggest disease in America is not cancer, is not heart attack, is not cholesterol, it is ADR, adverse drug reactions. Now we advise our medical students, when you want to make a diagnosis and you don't get anything, nothing fits into the textbook picture that you have studied in the medical school, it is ADR. The other day one student came to me, sir, what you said is absolutely true, sir. I said, what did you do? So I had a patient who said, I get a swelling here and then it's painful. 2 days later it disappears. I get it here. So I did every test, sir. Nothing happened, sir. Then suddenly your idea came, sir. When nothing fits in, think of ADR. So I asked him, what do you take? He said, statin. Then I said, I did my enzymes, sir. Muscles are all becoming abscess and it's disappearing. Another muscle happened. It is happening. Then I stopped the statin. He became all right, sir. If something doesn't fit into the textbook pattern of diagnosis, so-called diagnosis, your diagnosis itself is a disease. Then you think of ADR. The most important work that I do now in my professional life is taking people off the list of drugs. Because everybody has got a laundry list of drugs. You may be 90 years old, you have 28 drugs. I saw a very important lady from a very wealthy family the other day. They ultimately said, sir, would you come home and see my mother? I said, fine, you are a very important man. If I see your mother properly, you will help me for my research, etc. So when there the mother was, a huge air-conditioned room, beautiful room, everything there, and she's sitting there in the bed. And I said, is she taking in drugs? 4 prescriptions came. 1 leg doctor, 1 heart doctor, 1 back doctor, 1 cholesterol doctor. Totally 28 drugs. And I examined the lady, she's perfectly all right for 90 years. 90 years, you can't have all the hair and all the teeth intact. So I told them, will you follow my advice? They said, yes. I said there are only two things that you can't suddenly stop, a beta blocker and another ACE inhibitor. Rest of the medicines you throw in the waste paper basket today. And these you taper off and take her outside and put her in the hot sun for 2 hours. And Madras sun is very hot. Next time I went after 15 days, the lady was in the music hall listening to music. All that she had was sun, our best friend. Supposing, let us say, son joins the Communist Party and goes on strike. We will all be dead in 1 week's time. Not even a blade of grass will grow because it's the electromagnetic energy from the sun through the Schumann circle physics gives you the electromagnetic energy. Today what we have done, we have outbeaten the sun. You go to your bedroom, 4 cell phones, 2 cordless phones, 2 television sets and another 2 laptops, and all the things are getting charged at night, and you have a big refrigerator in the room, you have a electric dryer, you have an electric clock sitting by the side to give you an alarm in the morning, and you have an electric blanket. All these emanate dangerous disease producing electromagnetic energy of the range of 40 to 70 hertz. But we, as human beings, we get the best energy from the sun and the earth. We are all now insulated for that. Nobody walks barefoot. I went to see Swamiji. There's one thing in a temple and Swamiji's, you have to remove your shoes. So I was so happy. When I saw that, Swamiji said, I'll come in 5 minutes. Then I saw his wet garden. I told these fellows, you all sit here, I'll just go and stand in the garden. 5 minutes I had nice, 0 to 30 hertz energy coming from the ground. That's why I was able to talk now. If I had been completely insulated, I would have been tired by now. Thank you, Swamiji, for that little garden. I want each one of you to walk barefoot as much as possible and in a wet ground, or, of course, in Surat, in Rajkot, you don't have sea, no? If you had sea, you could go and walk in that wet sand. Fantastic, I tell you. But in Rajkot, you can have a nice swimming pool, because swimming pool, the water is connected to that, and then you can swim there for half an hour. You get enough of that. Now I am trying to do, because if I told these people, because I saw the other day a IT boy. This boy was a Ranji Trophy cricket player in Calcutta. His name is Lahiri. You can imagine how he should have been. I saw him now, 35 years old. He's the project manager of a big thing in Singapore. He's 95 kilos, 95 kilos. He has got all the listed diseases that you sent except cancer. All the things, the list you sent. Hypertension, diabetes, statins, and no doesn't have cancer. So examine him. Money is not a problem, because he was sent from a hospital where he had, a private hospital, where the bill was 20 lakhs for investigation. Ultimately they told him, your reports are normal. We don't know what's wrong with you. 95 kilos, huh? Then I told him, okay, you want to get well? He said, yes. Will you listen to me? Yes. Resign your job first. He was shocked. But I said, you want to live? Yes. Resign the job. Sir, but I only. Don't worry. The world is too big. You'll get another job because of your expertise. You'll get a job somewhere else. He said, I will resign, sir. Then I said, how many hours you sleep every day? Sleep, sir. I don't require much sleep, sir. I require about 1 to 2 hours. That's all. I get all the time I'm in the computer, sitting there. I don't get. And what do you eat? Eat. Where is the time, sir? Eating. I'm so busy. I eat maybe about 4 or 5 hot dogs sometime in between. I said, you eat the dog hot heated? He said, no, there's something hot dog. Then what do you drink water? Water we don't drink, sir. In Singapore we don't drink water. I drink about 20 bottles of Diet Coke, sir. I don't want to put on weight. I said, Coke itself is poison. Diet Coke is a bigger poison because you put more chemicals. Tony Blair used to drink 20 boxes of Diet Coke, and one day he collapsed in the House of Commons, standing up talking. And he had a peculiar cardiac rhythm. The heart was so erratic. The heart was erratic, sir. Sir, heart was erratic. Tony Blair, sir. Because I always tell my audience, if you sleep, I am jealous. But don't worry, you sleep. I have one request. I have one request. Don't snore because your neighbor also wants to sleep. Anyway, Tony Blair was admitted to the ICU and they found, thankfully, all his coronary arteries are normal. Everything was normal. Then they found out that he was, this 20 tins of Coke, Diet Coke, he stopped, he became all right. Junior Bush, whatever his name is, not George Bush, George Bush, whatever. This fellow was also drinking like that. And suddenly he was talking something, he forgot what to say next. Which he does always, like our Deve Gowda. He doesn't know what he's talking. So, Coke removed. Now he's talking very sensibly after he retired as a president. No, sir. He's not drinking Coke. So this boy told him, do all that. Then all those tablets, you throw it in the waste paper basket. I always tell the joke, you know, all these wives are very keen that their husbands might have a checkup. Go for a checkup. You not had a checkup. Read this article in the British Medical Journal. Routine checkup of apparently healthy is the most dangerous thing that can happen to mankind. I was telling these people a story yesterday in the hotel. Because, you know, we don't have the definition normal in biology. We have average, which we equate with normal. So in biology, normal is equal to average. Now what happens? What is the average height, normal height of Indian male? Gaussian curve, 5.4 plus minus 2, 5.2 to 5.6. Amitabh Bachchan comes for a checkup, 6.2. What's the treatment? Cut his leg. You want to be normal, no? Not average, you want to be normal. Luckily, Jaya Bachchan comes for a checkup. She's 4.6. Transplant that leg to her. She also is. This is what is called medical treatment for normal people. So, if you went for a checkup, Professor Eisenberg asked her students, bright students in the University of Arkansas, who is a patient? The brightest student said, a man or a woman who sees a doctor becomes a patient. She was shocked. She said, is this what I taught you for the last 4 years? Then she said, then she was really agitated. She said, then when does he become a man or a woman again? The student shot back, rarely ever, if ever. She resigned her job and joined the medical school again to find out what is wrong with medical school. When I wrote a book some years ago, What Doctors Don't Get to Study in the Medical School, which was published in London and in India, and I had a beautiful review from All India Institute of Medical Science. They produced a journal called National Medical Journal. Who told them they're national, I don't know. But they presume they're national. Such an abusive review, I tell you. The author is a fool. He doesn't know what he's talking about. His book is bad, his English is bad, his this is bad, subject is all rotten, and there is nothing that he has done in life, etc., etc., etc. 5,000 copies the publisher had produced. Sold in 2 weeks. So I wrote this editor a letter, thank you very much. But for your review, I don't think I would have been able to sell this book at all. Then the book got published in London, and the British Medical Journal wrote the review. They said, this is not a textbook as claimed by the author, but this is a holy text written by a prophet of medicine, he wrote. It is already in the 4th edition, several reprints. What I am saying is, how we look at it. It's all how we look at things. I can look at a Swamiji and say, oh, he's ochre robed. Swamiji is very bad. I don't like, I don't like him. See, when I wrote that article called Our Ancient Wisdom and Modern Science, 2 people wrote, you must be a right-wing RSS man. I don't know what RSS is till now. Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh. They are Sevaks. That's all right. What's wrong with it? But this is our attitude, our mental attitude. So friends, come back to reality. And what happens now? Your health is in your hands. Here was this teacher in the kindergarten class who loved her students so much. She wanted to teach them the best lesson of the educational system, humility. There was this bright boy, quote unquote bright boy, who gets first rank. He was always very proud because he knows the answer to every question. But this teacher would see that at the end of the day, she would ask him such a question that he has to say, sorry teacher, I don't know. But this fellow developed a hatred for this teacher. I will show this old lady a lesson one day. She was a nun, gavan, white gavan. And she loves everybody. This child one day did not go to school on time. He went to the garden. caught hold of a butterfly in the hand and took it to the class. He came a little late. Teacher was worried. What happened to my child? He met with an accident. She was so worried. He walks in. Teacher, I have a question for you. Teacher said, go ahead, my son. What's the question? What is the future of this butterfly in my hand? He wanted to prove her wrong, because if she said it's alive, he wanted to crush it there and give her the dead body. If she said it is dead, he wanted to release it and show her that either way she is wrong. But the wise lady said, the future of that butterfly is in your hands, my son. So the future of your health is not in the hands of the doctor or in the hands of your wife or husband or son or daughter. It is in your own hands. And how do you do that? You just have to follow very simple rules. Samadhatuhu samagnischa samadoshaha malakriyaha prasannatma indriya manaha swastha ithyabhidyate. You shit well, you piss well, you eat well, you drink well, you work well, you sleep well, and you don't hate nobody. You are a healthy person. What makes you unhappy, unhealthy? Krodha, shokha, bhaya, ayasa, viruddhanna bhojana, taponalan, that is sedentary living, not doing nothing, katva, amla, kshara, lavana, tikshnoshnati, rakta, pitta, prakope. All diseases come from this. What is the treatment? Nitya, hita, mita, ahara, sevi. Hita, mita. Samikshakari, work very hard. Nobody has died of working. Sitting for hours together is killing you by reducing your lifespan by 5 years. That's why American IT industry now makes their workers stand and do this. That too, not stand on the ground. They have a slowly moving belt. So they can't stand. If they stand, they'll fall down. So they'll have to do this. On the day you feel very tired in the evening, you will say, I'm tired. I'll take a shower and lie down. Don't do that. Go for a walk. Come back. You are so energetic. You want to have one more day to work. So it is kinetics, mobility, that gives you the energy. That's why I'm walking. Not because I don't have a chair. Everybody is selfish now. Everybody is selfish. So this is how human life has completely changed thanks to what is called modernity. Modernity. It is not modernity. We are going back. And what is science? Teaching the nature a lesson or two. Nature says your cholesterol must be 200. I say no, I will give you statin, it must be 120. I don't like it 200. This is where the problem is. I'll tell you how nature works. They studied the black bear seen in California. If you go to Yosemite or some heights and camp there, the bear will come at night. So they say, don't put food outside, because if the food that tastes, then it will eat you also. This bear is very interesting. His name is Urisidae. Uriscda, Urisidae. Now this bear sleeps for 6 months. Simply sleeps. Doesn't eat, doesn't drink water, doesn't eat food, doesn't walk, doesn't do anything, and it simply sleeps. Now if you sleep for 6 months like that, what will happen? You will be dead. If you sleep for 1 day without doing anything, you get clot in the muscle and you get a lot of things. Now why is nature keeping that Urisidae like that? If you wake it up any time, it is stronger than it was when it went to sleep. And do you know, at the end of 6 months sleep without water, its creatinine was 0.4. You don't drink water for 2 days, your creatinine will go to the sky. So people wanted to study the physiology of Urisidae, but the NIH was not funding it. Because if they funded that study and if something good came out of it, what will they do with the dialysis units and kidney transplant units and all? So today research in the West is money-oriented research. Did you understand that? Where there is money, they fund it. You hear names, big names. Oh, he is doing, for research he is giving money. What research? His own company produced drugs research. This is how money came into our life. 1802, Industrial Revolution started in Europe. First industry. There was this romantic British poet at that time, William Wordsworth. He was so upset about this, he wrote a poem. The world is too much with us, late and soon. Getting and spending. Getting and spending. We seem to have lost our powers. Little do we see in nature that is ours. We have lost our soul. I add the word to the devil, a sordid boon. What a beautiful poem. How many of us learn this? See, the whole world is upset. They have to learn from Indian philosophy. Rudyard Kipling came to India. Stayed here for 8 years. Went back to England. Wrote this poem. He said, if you can keep your head when all about you have lost theirs and blame it on you, if you can treat triumph and disaster, the two impostors just the same, if you can walk with the kings but still keep your common touch, if you can mix with the crowd but still keep your virtue, and if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, you shall be a man, my son, and more. This earth shall belong to you. What a beautiful saying. Stephen Covey's 7 points to success. What is that? Bhagavad Gita. What is Bhagavad Gita? Only 2 words. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre. Split it. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre. Rewrite it. Kshetre kshetre dharmam kuruhu. That's all. In every walk of life, do your duty. That's all what is there. Rest of it is not important. What is important? It's not important at all. Somebody wrote it, somewhere there's the rest of things. Karma Yoga, that's all what it says. So, work very hard, work has not killed you. Samikshakari. Then what does it say? Data, be a giver, not a taker. Be a giver, Data. That's why we always say, one who gives, even every religion you take, Jesus says, it is not for thee alone, pass it on, pass it on. Islam says, Zukat, give a part of your... So what does Isha Parishad says? Isha vasam idam sarvam, everything belongs to God. Tena tyaktena bhunjitaha, rejoice in giving. Maghadam kasyasvidam dhanam, don't have greed. So the most important thing is be a data. Then samaha, treat this whole world as same way. We have this tendency. If I see the minister, sir, when I see his peon, hey, come here, where's the minister? No, he's a bad man. You know, when I was the dean, a lot of these girls have love affair. No? Love?